Hello, my cutie patooties. Welcome to Frickin'. We are here live with my Twitch. Would you like to say hello to the YouTube gang? We are going to be listening to Parkhyoshin, and this is the song called Goodbye. And before we jump into this, just a friendly reminder to please like and subscribe. And with that said, let's get into it.
멀어져가는 오후를 바라보다 스쳐 지나가 버린 그때 생각이 나 기억 모퉁이에 적혀있던 네가 지금 여기에 있다 이제 멈춰버린 화면 속에서 내게 여름처럼 웃고 있는 너 어쩌면 이번이 마지막 goodbye 오래 머물러 주어서 고마워 말이 뭐라고 그렇게 어려웠을까?
Jeez. Okay. He has an absolutely gorgeous voice. He's got, even though he's keeping it quite soft, it still has this power and fullness to it. And right off the bat, I feel like you can see, like, just coming in with like the piano, it feels like kind of like an or not an introduction, but like that kind of transition in like a musical or something like that to a soulful ballad. You kind of just get the tinkling of the keys before the vocals come in, so I can see that kind of musicalness to this song. The song is quite full of, it feels like memories, sorrow, maybe regret. It has this kind of looking back feeling to it, and being sad about, that reflection. Looking at the lyrics, again, these are translated into English, so I always say take that with a grain of salt, no matter where you get them from. Unless they're from like the artists themselves, then obviously you can trust the translation, but unless it's from the artists themselves, I usually take it with a grain of salt. Looking at the passing day, I think about you. You were written on the edge of my memories. Now you're right here. Now in this frozen screen, you're smiling at me like the summer. Maybe this time is the last goodbye. Thanks for staying this long. Why were these words so hard to say? Now, goodbye. I'm not 100% sure. I don't want to read too far ahead. When it says, now in this frozen screen, you're smiling at me like the summer, it sounds like they're looking at like a picture of this person that they care about, and remembering the time that they had together, which it sounds like they was in the summer. And then, why were these words so hard to say? Now, goodbye. So it sounds like again, it's definitely them reflecting on their time together with a mix of fondness looking back, but also sorrow looking back, because it sounds like things didn't work out. But let's continue this.
이제
Freaking strings. Beautiful.
우린 다른 꿈을 찾고 있던 거야. 아주 어린 날 놀던 숨바꼭질처럼 해가 저물도록 혼자 남은 내가 지금 여기에 있다. 이미 멈춰버린 화면 속에서 내게 여름처럼 웃고 있는 너. 어쩌면 이번이 마지막 goodbye. 오래 머물러 주어서 고마워. 이 말이 뭐라고 이렇게 힘들었을까. 손에 꽂히었던 너와의 goodbye. 근데 참지 못한 눈.
I want to. Yeah, I did the most replayed portion. Yeah, there's a reason for that. So looking at the lyrics, it goes on to say, from where we left off, we're looking for different dreams, like a childhood game of hide and seek. I'm alone here till the sun goes down. I'm right here. And then it goes back to now in this frozen screen. You're smiling at me like the summer. Maybe this time is the last goodbye. Thanks for staying this long. Why were those words so hard to say? So yeah, it just sounds like they're looking back at a relationship that they feel fondly about, but the people, they were both just on different paths, and it just wasn't working, you know? And I feel like it's that in itself is really hard, because it's not like this person's giving you a reason to leave. It's like a reason to say goodbye. Like something horrible happens, or there's a big blow up, or, you know, there's red flags, or they don't treat you well. It's just the paths you're on are not, they're not parallel, and they're taking you in different directions, and you can't really reconcile the two. Like I'm sure if you were in a situation like this, if you could come to a compromise, you would, but ultimately sometimes it's just you're on two different paths, and they don't line up. And so that in itself is also really hard, because it's the affection that you have for them is not gone. It's just, you know, like it's just like it's a very different way, like a different type of breakup, you know, like there's the breakup where something horrible happens and you break up, and then there's the grieving of that. But this is like a different grief, because it's like it's not like you hate this person. It's not like you dislike them. It's not like you don't care about them. It's not working. And then when oh my god, his vocals, man, when he goes into that I think it's after, where was it? Why were these words so hard to say? So he goes on to say, I've held this goodbye tightly in my hand. In the end, I couldn't hold back the tears. So kind of like they're both holding on to this relationship as long as they can because it's like they care about each other. But at the same time, it's like they know what they inevitably have to do. It's kind of like this. I feel like he's talking about this pre-grief in a way. It's a thing where it's like you know what's going to happen, and so you already start grieving because it's like you know the inevitable, even if like you're kind of still holding on to that that person. And so when he goes into that section, his voice, he puts like a bit of that compression in there, and it just feels so like the vocals are just like rip out of him, and you can just feel the emotion that comes out with it, and it's just like it sounds so good. So that's why I was like, we need to go back and we just need to listen to that one more time, and so we're gonna do that. And that's the thing, is like all throughout the song, he's like, why are these words so hard to say? The goodbye words, or the goodbye word, why are they so hard to say? And then at the very end, he says goodbye. And he kind of, again, maybe this day is my last goodbye, so it's kind of saying too, like, this might be it for us. Like, I might never see you again. So it might be, yeah, it might be the last goodbye. But then he goes on to say, like, all the days we spent together were good, and in the end, I couldn't hold back the tears. So it's like, he appreciates... Sorry, the music at the end here is very pretty, so I'm just kind of, like, talking while the credits go. But absolutely beautiful, and I think can be a lot, or can be very relatable for people, cathartic for people. I feel like when you're in that situation, it's not an easy thing to do, because you know, he talks about how the dreams were different, and so it is you choosing your own path over kind of acquiescing to stay where you are and not follow what you want to do, which obviously I'm it's emotionally very tricky because it's like there's two paths before you and both of them are hard no matter what you do. um and I feel like he encompassed that very hard decision he had to make very well. I think his vocals are gorgeous, and that piece was beautiful. Sad, but beautiful. So thank you very much for recommending that, and I hope that you enjoyed my reaction to this. If you did, hit the like button, hit the subscribe if you want to see more, and all that good stuff. And I'll check you later. Bye, y'all.